What's up, fellas? I guess I'm gonna start off by saying if you are looking for the finest steel frame CR500 that's for sale on the planet today, look no further. Your ship has come in. This thing has been massaged to perfection by the best in the business. It is a very low hour, under 30 hour original frame, original radiators, original swing arm. Look at how nice the swing arm is on this thing. It looks like it just came out of the box. It's never been beaten through rocks or abused. We took Mark Scalzi from Ride Florida, MX ATV rental. This was his personal bike. He built this for Day in the Dirt last year, and it got the event got canceled due to COVID. He decided to sell it because he needed money for his business. So the only reason he sold this was to buy more ATVs. Now, he built this for himself. This was a no expense spared build by a guy who owned a shop. And I guess I'll start with the motor. The motor is brand new. It's a brand new piston, OEM Honda piston, a brand new OEM Honda cylinder. The head has a compression relief valve on it, new head gasket, new base gasket. All the bearings in the motor are brand new OEM Honda. The crankshaft bearings, the original Honda crankshaft was rebuilt. The gears were tumbled and polished like they would do on a factory race bike. It has a Key-in Air Striker carburetor on it. It has the MSV exhaust valve on it, so there's no spooge coming out of there. It runs, actually on the dyno, they say 2 horsepower or more with the exhaust valve. It has a full brand new exhaust system on it without a single ding in it. It's a top of the line. This is a Pro Circuit Works pipe, which is made in the USA, and it's got the Pro Circuit factory sound silencer, stainless steel silencer. Just an absolutely beautiful piece. Now, this is a full frame off build. If you look at the frame, it's been powder coated, but it still has the 1997 logo up here on the shroud. And there's some stuff on this bike you can't even buy unless that's not available to the public, that I'm gonna get into in a minute. But it's got, see the 1997 logo right there? It even has the Honda logo on the steering stem. The last one we sold about maybe 5-6 months ago that was almost as nice as this one, didn't have all the bristling with factory trickery that's on this, the thousands of dollars upgrades this has, sold for $18,500. We don't make the prices, but if you know what you're looking at, you know the industry is going crazy. 500s, they haven't made them in 20 years, and they're becoming extremely rare. Getting the components for the motors is hard to come by. This is a brand new motor, folks, with 30 minutes ride time on it. It's just been through a few heat cycles. I rode it his track, and I rode it around the parking lot. It's a brand new motor. The clutch is brand new. The clutch plates and fibers are brand new. The engine cases, if you look, are absolutely perfect. They were vapor blasted and cleaned up. If you look at the bottom of the motor, in the bottom of the frame, it looks brand new because it's completely and totally pristine. The pegs are in perfect condition. I'll get into the running gear later. Back to the motor. If you come around this side right here, it's got the Honda Racing polished billet aluminum clutch cover. Everything in the clutch housing is brand new. All the gaskets and seals on the motor are brand new. Base gasket, head gasket, clutch gasket, the kicker shaft seal, the shifter seal, everything's brand new. All the hoses are brand new. So the motor is a brand new motor, okay? The suspension is completely rebuilt with new bushings, new springs. It's set for over 200-pound rider, so it's set up kind of stiff. Most of the guys who ride these are big guys like me. I'm about 220 right now without gear on, so maybe 235 with gear. This is set up for a large rider. The stuff I was talking about earlier, the factory trickery that you can't buy, this is a Honda HRC factory race team brake system, starting with the caliper, the ARC brake lever, the hoses, all the way down to the master cylinder here. You cannot buy this. This is not for sale to the public. This is HRC Honda factory race team. The same thing Ken Roxon is running in the Supercross right here, folks. You're not going to see that anywhere else. They're not available to the public. If you could buy that, it would be well over $1,000, but they're not for sale, okay? This is the only one you're going to find on a steel frame CR500. Every bearing on the bike, the steering head bearing, the wheel bearings, everything's brand new. The swing arm bearings, every bearing on the bike, every seal, every gasket, everything's new. All the plastics are new. The gas tank is brand new, okay? Back to the front end of the bike. Look, take a close up, Kenny. Zoom way in close and personal here on this rim. This is a brand new Takasago XL rim with less than 30 minutes ride time and Mark's rock-free sand track in his backyard where I first rode this bike. The original factory hubs were vapor blasted. New seals were put in there. And it's a brand new rim with brand new spokes on the original factory hub. Heading to the frame, again, that's all all absolutely mint. Take a look at the frame rails on this, folks. This is the nicest set of frame rails I've seen since the last time we pulled a brand new CR500 out of a crate. And guys, I am probably the most qualified person on the planet to evaluate this bike. I've been racing these since 1986, okay? Honda CR500s for 36 years. The only person on the planet that I know of that's owned more of these than me is AJ Wagoner, and I don't know how much racing he did, but I've run hundreds of motos. I won the last two 500 shootouts with my 97 CR500. This is my favorite year. I really don't want to sell this bike, but the museum's been closed for a year. This is the only way we survive. I can't afford to keep this bike. It's got to go up for sale. But this is an absolute masterpiece. The air filter is brand new. The air box is in mint condition. It also has an aluminum subframe. That's an aftermarket aluminum subframe, which is a little bit lighter than the stock factory one. And you can see the swing arm is absolutely beautiful. The chain guide, the original chain guide, is in excellent condition. Brand new set of Renthal sprockets, gold chain, countershaft sprocket, a new NOS shifter. The factory pegs are mint. All the rollers are new. All the plastics on the chain guide is brand new. And look at the shock, folks. Zoom right in on that, and you'll see that is a brand new factory connection spring on a completely rebuilt OEM shock with a brand new rubber bumper on it, okay? It doesn't get any better than that, guys. Completely rebuilt, brand new linkage bearings, swing arm bearings, everything. Mark took this thing completely apart, dismantled it. It took him months to do it, and when he was done, it was perfect. The rim, look at the rim. Zoom in on the rim real close. You can see this rim's never even been power washed, guys. It's still got the warning sticker on it, okay? The spokes are brand new. The tire is a brand new Hoosier tire. It had a brand new set of Dunlops on it, but we're big time fans of the Hoosier tires. They're a little bit lighter than the Dunlops. They hook up like crazy. They wear good. We really like these tires, so that's what we've been putting in all our 500s, and they look the bomb rolling down the track. The Hoosier tires, the Tagasaga XL rims, the factory rear hub on this was vapor blasted. It has brand new bearings in the hub, and look at all the hardware, guys. No corners cut here. You don't see, look at this. This is like it just came off the factory Honda assembly line. They're not stripped. Why? Because Mark has all top shelf tools, and he's not a hammerhead. This thing was done professionally. And it's beautiful. All the hardware is new on it. There's also titanium hardware on this bike. I don't know what or where it is, but he told me he put some titanium hardware bits on here. It's just beautiful. The seat cover is new and beautiful, as is the seat foam. Just an absolutely outstanding piece. The handlebars, Renthal handlebars, top of the line, brand new. Now this is a off the shelf, about $150. Top of the line, ARC, unbreakable lever with the quick adjust, so you can adjust it on the fly when you're zooming over the triples. Brand new Renthal crossbar pad, brand new throttle tube, brand new throttle handlebar grips. And this, guys, this is a factory ARC lever. You can't buy, the public, these are not for sale to the public. If you look at this one over here, this is the one they sell to the public. The finish is different. It's made out of different materials, and it's thicker because the average bozo is going to break it. The factory riders don't crash as much, so maybe it's an ounce lighter. I don't know. But that's something you'll never find anywhere else this side of Roxon's bike or one of the factory riders. Factory brakes, factory caliper, pimped to the nines. Now, the graphics package on this came in with a stock 97 graphics package, which was mint when it came here. And Junior, maybe you can cut in a picture of how it looked coming to us, because it was as beautiful as it is now. But I've got a thing about red, white, and blue. Kaplan America, right? So my favorite logo is the 85 red, white, and blue wing with the HRC logo. So my girlfriend, Christy Steiger, spent about 3 hours and designed this whole graphics package with it, with the AMA Motorcycle Association. Look at these number ones with the red, white, and black and the HRC logo. She hand drew these, the American flag going the right way. It's got the USA, Lucas Oil, VP Racing, American flag, HRC logo on the back fender. Shrouds are beautiful, number plates are beautiful, and one of the things I really like is the front number plate she came up with. It's got the MX Sports Pro Racing. Guys, if you're looking for a 500 to put on display in your shop or in your man room, you want the finest looking one on the planet, the finest steel frame that's for sale on the planet today, buy this bike. If you're looking for a bike to go to MX Rewind, Junior and I were at MX Rewind with the fastest vintage riders in the Northeast last summer. He whole shot 5 out of 7. Or 7 out of 9, and I whole shot 5 out of 7. Like, I think we were like some in the area like 12 or 15 motos on our CR500s. They're absolute whole shot rockets. You can launch these in third gear. Matter of fact, you can start on this bike. I haven't done it on this one, but you can start. I've done it on my 97 in 5th gear. You can try that with your 125, your 250, or your 4-stroke. It ain't gonna happen. Why? Because these have a mountain of torque. A stock CR500 from 1997 or 2001 or any of them has about 20 to 25% more torque than a modern 450. The horsepower, they're putting down around 55. Rear wheel horsepower is a real number for a stock one. This one's been massaged with the Air Striker carb, the K&N air filter, the jetting. It's got the MSV reed valve. And if you look closely, excuse me, the MSV, it's got the MSV exhaust port. Can you zoom in and show them the Boyson rad valve? So between the Air Striker carb, the Boyson rad valve, the proper jetting, we're running a VP fuel in it. It's got a brand new piston. It's got the decompression. Now, the biggest gripe for most vet riders, the young guys don't seem to care, but the vet riders is these are hard to start. Stock, this has a compression release. It's about a $200 mod roughly that's done. All you gotta do to make this start super easy is push this button in right here, and it pops right out when you start it. It's called the compression release lever. Look, everything's brand new. The petcock, and look at the hoses on here. Mark's an absolute artist when he does bikes, and it's done right with the factory original hardware, and nothing Mickey Mouse about this thing. It's absolutely outstanding. It's the best one we've put up for sale yet, bar none. It is an absolute dime piece. So I think you get the idea how I feel about it. If you have any questions about it, give us a call, 860-454-7024. I'm sure I left some things out that I didn't remember that he told me he did, but the care and attention to detail, this was built for him, no expense spared. Okay, guys? Junior, you want to add a couple? Junior's racing, and listen, let me tell you one other thing too. Junior hole shot a amateur championship race at Southwick on his 89, which was 8 years older than this, with basically a stock motor and led, almost won an amateur championship race. He crashed twice and finished second. These bikes are capable of beating a new 450 on the track, on a natural train motocross track with the right rider. Neville Bradshaw in the UK, check out 999 Laser on YouTube. Check out his channel. Look at what Neville Bradshaw has done. He's won amateur championship races on a 97 CR500. I'm pretty sure it's the same year as this. I think it's a 97 or maybe it's an 89. I don't know. It looks just like this. It's an upside down fork steel frame. He's been dominating the amateur championship series over there. I didn't see him get worse than a fifth in any of the motos, and he actually won amateur championship races against the young bucks. Neville's in his 30s. The guy's a beast, and this bike suits him well. It's an awesome, fun bike to ride, and it makes a statement. When you roll into the pits in this thing, and you start this thing up, all the heads, you can go into the national pits with something like this, and it turns everybody's heads. No one gives a shit about your new 450, because every bozo and their brother has one, but nobody's got one of these, okay? Straight up. You want to add a couple, your 2 cents on it?
There is no high quality reproduction fuel tank available for these bikes. So what you see is the stock white fuel tanks get discolored over time. This is a new old stock.
It's a Clark.
It's a new old stock Clark fuel tank, which isn't available. You can't get them. When Mark actually purchased it, they were going for over $500 each on eBay, and they can't be found. They can't be had. It's you don't see them really anywhere. So
between the rims, the suspension being done, the brand new motor, there's no. If you took a 500 out of the crate and wanted to set it up like this with the factory brakes, the suspension, the wheels and tires, building the motor, tumbling the gears, polishing the gears, putting the pipe on it, there's $5,000 in upgrades and extras on this bike by the time you add it all up. The powder coating, the factory brake system, the Renthal chain and sprockets, the Hoosier tires, the XL hubs, the Pro Tape, the Renthal bars, the ARC factory lever, the ARC production lever, the custom graphics. This is no out of the box stocker. This thing's been massaged to perfection. So if you want the best, buy this bike. It's Kaplan America approved. No excuses on this one. No compromises. It's as good as it gets, guys. It's going to be expensive, but it's going to be worth it. We'll let you guys determine the ultimate value in an auction. Don't miss out, because guess what? I don't have another one like this. This is the nicest one. You'd have to order a new CR500 from AJ Wagoner today. They build them in aluminum frames. They start at $21,000 for a 2021. That's what they get. If you want to do a conversion on one, the conversions start at $15,000. That's for a base model with no upgrades on suspension. You can add up from there. So there you have it, folks. If you want the best, F the rest, buy this one. Thanks for watching. God bless America. God bless the United States of America. Now check this out. All you gotta do, push this little lever in right here. One finger, and it starts, you can start it with sneakers on. Easy peasy. Park, do I hear a CR500?
You do, buddy.
I smelt it and heard it before I saw it.
Yeah.
Started from around the corner. Man, that smells good. Wow. What a beauty. What's been done to this thing?
So basically we bought this and just brought it back to life. Everything, cases stripped, all new OEM Honda bearings, cylinder, everything we could find we just built new.
NOS cylinder too?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
The frame was mint too. I checked, there's not a ding in the frame rail.
No, it was a good bike to start with, so
Yep.
it was easy to do it. The coolest part is like the brakes and the factory parts that you can't buy.
Yep. So the motors had the crank. Is it an OEM crank?
OEM crank.
Brand new crank or?
It's a rebuilt crank.
Rebuilt crank. The original case is cleaned up.
Yep.
All new seals and bearings and everything.
Yep. Tranny tumbled, polished, clean.
Wow. Oh, you tumble polish your tranny?
Yep.
Who'd you have to do that?
We have a little tumbler here. Just
So does it run real nice? So it's just nice.
Super smooth.
So and you put an NOS cylinder on there, so it's a stock bore 491, right?
Yep.
And you put an air striker carb with a pro circuit pipe and silencer, huh?
Yes.
That's the works pipe on there too.
Works pipe.
Very, 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 very nice. Air striker sounds like it's hooking up really
it's
good.
super good.
What's a clutch? Is it stock clutch?
Stock clutch, OEM clutch for me.
Swing arm bearings done.
Everything.
It looks like you have the
Brand new
hubs
wheels.
have been redone. So are those new hubs or?
Those are just stock hubs, powder coat, or they are just vapor blasted. We have a vapor blaster here, so we do that.
Takasako XL rims, brand new
Yeah.
tires. How much time have you had on it since
This
you
has
ran it?
about 15 minutes in the last 2 years.
So that's the tire that you put on it since you
Yep.
rebuilt it. So it's basically a brand new motorcycle.
It is.
Brand new Renthal chain of sprockets. Is that a titanium subframe or aluminum?
This is the aluminum AC subframe.
Very nice.
Couple
Like
of
it.
tie bolts here and there.
Very, very nice.
Yep.
And you said there's some HRC unobtainium on here. Let's
yes,
go up to the
there
front
is.
brake caliper here.
Woo.
You're not going to find one of these at your local Honda store or online. How'd you end up with factory parts on your bike here?
So it's all about the internet, you know?
Yeah.
You can find them from place to place.
What set of those run you, if you don't mind me asking?
About $1,000.
For front and rear?
Just
It's
for
got-
front.
Oh, just for the front?
Yeah, this one doesn't have a factory rear.
Wow.
Hard to find.
And the suspension's been redone too. I can see you got a brand new
Yep.
factory connection spring. Are these original Showa shocks on here?
It is.
And forks?
Yeah.
What'd you do to them?
Rebuilt them. New bushing, seals.
You know, I'm
Set up for me. Big guy.
my number one favorite bike that I ride is a '97 CR500.
Yeah.
I won the 500 shootout 2 years in a row against a bunch of young bucks. At least the whole the drag race section. They did beat me on the motocross track, but I've got these dialed in, man, and my bike's pretty crisp.
You'll have to give us one to go and compare it.
Mine's only putting on 55 rear wheel horsepower, so there are bikes with more power.
Yeah.
But I know how to ride that bike, and I can
Right.
put all 55 horse to the ground. And on a whole shot, very rarely will I not get the whole shot. At Unadilla, at the MX Rewind, my son and I whole shot 9. I whole shot 7 out of 9 motos.
Yeah.
And he whole shot like 5 out of 7 or something like that. We got like so many whole shots
Nice.
on our CR500s
Yeah.
against the best bikes in the vintage business.
Yes.
The frame is just pristine on this. Is this powder coated or
Yeah, powder coated.
just stunning? And that's a brand new gas tank too, right?
Brand new gas tank.
The radiators look mint too. Are those original radiators?
Original, super sweet.
So this must have been a low hour bike. It
It
still has the
was.
K-Aba stickers on,
Yeah.
on the.
Go take a lap.
Okay. Also, decomp head. I didn't pick up on that immediately. There's so much to look at in this bike. It's easy to miss it. What's the scoop with that?
Yeah, Larry Weekman, he does all the heads for me. It looks so factory. There's not a better looking head out there. Thanks, Larry.
Really, really nice. And the radiators look spotless, like they've never been dented or anything like that.
For 97, like this is just a good motorcycle.
Yep. Yeah. Absolutely. Very, very, very nice. Super clean. And like you said, the tires are the proof. Since you built it, it's only gotten ridden in the sandy backyard track here 15 minutes. So
That's about it.
it's barely broken in. It is broken in basically after 15 minutes, right?
That's about it. That's the first time I started in 2 years, second kick. I just went through the carb this morning. I'm like,
Yeah.
ah.
Just
cool to see.
badass. I almost forgot to point out the Renthal bars, ARC. Now, this is some special lever kit you got right here. What's the scoop with that?
Yeah, so this one's just one you can buy, arc levers. The other one has the fancy stuff on it.
The perch looks unique too. Like
Yeah, super cool. They're CNC cut, super quality parts.
Pro taper.
9/1/8 tall guy bar.
Very, very, very nice. Everything's so fresh on this new throttle tube.
Yeah, so this is fancy. This you can't buy.
What is this?
ARC. It's a HRC factory master.
Holy shit.
So if you look here, I mean, it's just a different lever than you can buy.
Wow. So where do you get a lever if you crash it?
You have to kind of just hope you can find one.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't crash.
It's great until you bring it. Don't crash.
Yeah.
What a kick-ass. Guys, we're about to do something I always tell you not to do, and that's start a CR500 with sneakers on. I hope I don't ruin my vacation. Hey, this one's got a compression release. Listen to this.